Can you hear me at the back? Kaya, Wanji. Kaya Wanji. Muru, Budja. Yalagonga, Budja. Very important man of the Swan River tribes. North of the river, Muru country. That's where I'm from. That's where I was born. I'm from throughout Nyungar country, to be truthful to you. The entire nation of 16 language groups, all different dialects of a long, almost lost language. Born in Subiaco, lived in North Perth, Leederville, and then the government transferred myself, my mother, 8 sisters and a brother to a State Housing Commission house in Mosman Park. It's all the same land to me. I don't see the borders of Claremont, Mosman Park, North Fremantle, Subiaco, Leederville. It's all Murra country. It's all a sacred place. And I just think that we're really lucky. We're really lucky people, human beings living on this peninsula, if you like, with freshwater lakes, a river, the ocean, Wardan, the ocean, the sea, Derby Urigan, Gambamata. Thank you. Tonight I just want to explain to you that I'm not here about pre-1829 colonisation and the brutal, horrific treatment that happened. We all know that. We all know what Wodjamuk Rottnest Island stands for. We all know that Aboriginal people are not happy with things like that, the representation that goes on there. We're not happy about Australia Day. And we haven't been happy about it for a long time. The horrors of the recent past and the Nyungar people that were rounded up. We'll talk about him later. They were rounded up, they were put on reserves, they were taken from their land, they were dispossessed of everything. Everything today. The dominant culture is now 97% and we're down to about 3%. We're hanging on, and we have been. I'm so proud to be a Nyungar man. I'm so proud of my ancestors for taking what they got and to raise their children through this to what we call the modern day now. We'll talk about him later too. I'm just going to do a bit of smoking now and try to explain to you, and maybe even ask you, what do you think this is for? As part of a welcome. I've heard my old people talk, and they talk about the wind coming through, and when it settles, and it's of the ancestors. They've surrounded you and they're with you, and I'm trying to pass down to you some of the ancient. And that's what this meeting's about tonight, is the ancient, pre-1829. I want to concentrate on that tonight, and I want you to help me, help you understand what life would have been like, what the meaning of the dark and the light is, or was, and how we can give that important connection to nature that the old people had. And it's true, nature does talk to you. You've just got to listen. Please listen. Because it goes far beyond our backyard now, Western culture, and what is happening to the sacred earth. And I'm talking about the whole planet now. But what we'll do is we'll just talk about this. It looks spiritual, the way that smoke's coming out of those green leaves. But what is actually happening there? What is happening in here is what is nearly a lost ancient part of the science of culture. The old culture. There's actually a chemical reaction happening in there. These leaves, these baby leaves, are sending off this smoke for purity. The old people would invite their neighbours from afar away. And if they had this smoke, it wasn't just about having a ceremony and appeasing the spirits. It was about disinfecting. Disinfecting, you've got a lot of hair on your head, and those fellas didn't go to a barber pre-1829. And if they've travelled a long way, they may have been laying in kangaroo grass where the ticks lie, with all of those little small midgy insects and things. And you don't want them sleeping in your mire with all these creatures over them. So there's a chemical reaction that's going on here, and the smoke's not really pouring out like it did the last one, but I didn't want it to pour out because I could tell that some people have asthma. But this, and giving yourself a bath in it, especially your hair, and getting it close, right down close into there. The insects aren't going to like that. They're not going to like to live in there with all of this antiseptic that's coming off of here in a mist, if you like. And it's one way of cleansing the body. Other Aboriginal groups around the world do the same thing for the same reasons. It's not just a show and something that looks good. It had a purpose, it had a meaning. And that's the old science. Let's go back to before 1829. There was no street lights, there was no roads, there was no street lights. They didn't have the availability of a light switch in your house to go on and off. So what I'm getting to now is the darkness and the light, and what that meant in a context of survival in the natural environment, and how those old people were scientists. They knew about the animals, the plants. They had to. It was a matter of survival.